Dave, you beat these guys by 34 here 2 months ago. Just why is there reason to be concerned about them this time around?
Well, I think it's been an interesting series between the two of us. Our games at the Jenny Craig have been really competitive and really close, and in the games at the conference tournament have been close in New Orleans. And the games here, the scores, there's been quite a separation in the score. So I think that the challenge is obviously that it's a really good defensive team. A great three-point shooting team by percentage, and they got two of the best three-point shooters in the league on their team. So those are things that have caused us problems, and hopefully we'll be ready for it.
Any different challenge because it's been so long since you played them the first time as far as evaluating?
Well, I think both teams know each other a lot more now, because I'm sure they watched the same amount of film on us preparing for their next game as we have on them preparing for our next game, as far as the travel partner is concerned. So, that's probably will be a big difference in the actual flow or personality of the game, is that I think these players will really know each other a lot more than they did, the first time through.
Talking to Coach Greer the other day, he mentioned just how hard it was to get used to Kyle and his length and his size and everything. I don't know if you can speak for other teams, but what are the challenges, especially when Kyle's on defense, as far as the way he's able to maybe shut down passing lanes?
Well, he's done just a terrific job of trying to handle these really quick, athletic, playmaking guards and keeping them in front of them, and trying to control penetration, which is really the biggest key in trying to guard the three-point line, is trying to guard the penetration, keep it from getting too deep where everybody has to step in and help and protect the basket, and then you leave the shooters wide open. So I think his length causes those issues, but I think his athleticism and his lateral quickness and then his physical nature. I mean, he can beat guys to the spot, and that's a good way to handle that penetration.
We always hear you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season. You guys seem to be doing that right now. Is there something tangible that you can look at and see maybe why this team has progressed to where it is right now, and especially the last month or so?
Well, I would say that we have more players playing well. I think that we went through stretches of the season where we had guys playing, really good basketball, but it was hard to get everybody, playing their best. And I think now we have, a really deep group of guys that are all contributing and playing well, and hopefully that continues, because that's what needs to happen. I mean, teams are scouted so well now, and the familiarity with each other is, so it's just, really common among both teams that you need somebody else to step in and really, kind of break the game open a little bit and make, things kind of work with a different group of guys or a different guy or two. And you get a couple guys coming in off the bench and hitting some big shots. You get a couple guys coming off the bench and being able to guard hard and physical, get some big rebounds, and you can share the fouls with your big guys a little bit. I think all those things help you play better, and I think right now we have more guys playing better.
The starting lineup's changed a little bit throughout the season. What do you like about the starting lineup at this point?
Well, I think that the group plays well together. I think that it gives us a pretty good defensive presence with the group of guys that we're starting, and then we get a lot of kind of juice coming off the bench, which I think is a real, into that 5-7 minute mark into the first half. You're bringing in a couple guys who can really give you some, athleticism and offensive and defensive punch.
What is it about Ansons' kind of mental makeup where he's kind of just plugged along and been patient and kind of earned his chance?
Well, I think, those are, those are special guys, and we've had a lot of them through here over the years that, they're programmed, they're team guys. And, is one thing that Anson can do really well is he can work hard, continue to work on his game, keep that determination and drive to improve and get better, and enjoy the success of the team, no matter what his participation is as far as the last game was concerned. And that's a very unique characteristic in today's world. But hard work pays off, and he's playing really well right now, and that's good for everybody involved.
Wichita State is still rolling. And does that bring up any confidence with these guys as far as you're one of the few teams that had them on the ropes this year?
I don't know if our guys think back to that game or not very much, but they're having a great season, and to be able to be as consistent as they have all year long. And we saw it in our league last year where a team just kind of goes through the whole league, and I think they've got one league game left to run the table, and that's pretty impressive. But a couple teams have had them on the ropes, but they found ways to win, and that's what makes them really good.
Yeah, Tom talked to us yesterday, or a few days ago. He was asked about the basketball practice facility and kind of said it's still, in the works. Why is that important? That you guys have one? Obviously, I would assume you would be for one.
Yeah, I'd be for one. It's mainly for just for the improvement of the players. There's players nowadays all have routines, separate routines that they go through, and I think at one time this game was you played when your team practiced, and we're far past those days. I mean, these kids love to have a place to work on their own around their schedule, and so that's probably the most important thing.
Recruiting, is it a factor? Having one?
I don't know. I think that guys are important. I mean, guys want to have a place to be able to improve their game, and I think that most places have a way to provide that for them, and we do a great job here of providing that opportunity for guys, and they have places to work out. But I think the convenience of working around their schedule, I mean, the demands of travel, demands of preparation time, I think it's a huge convenience factor for the guys to make it easier for them. What we try to do is support them with everything that we do with our academic center, with our equipment manager, with our training staff. This is another way to support the guys.
Knowing how slow San Diego wants to play, how important will it be to try and make sure that you're the ones that get the tempo the way you want it?
Yeah, pace will be important. Pace will be a big part of this thing. The defensive execution, rebounding the ball, shot selection, our ability to make shots, all those things are important. But if we can play at the pace that we want to play, it'll be way different for them. Usually the team at home has kind of an advantage dictating that, and hopefully we can kind of break through it.
Oh, go ahead.
Last time you played an afternoon game, I think was Loyola Marymount.
Yep.
Didn't go well. Is that a concern at all, that you haven't played many of those and that you didn't play well last?
Yeah, it is a concern, and I think that the way that we travel to that that game and in that situation, we'll do a little bit different. We got in late, and we'll get in a little bit earlier. We'll practice at their arena, and try and manage that a little bit different. But hopefully our guys understand the challenge that's ahead of them and the opportunity that they have. So it's all about, you play at 10 in the morning or 10 at night, you got to figure out how to get yourself going and execute a game plan, so hopefully we can.
I'm curious at all about Gonzaga tonight, whether Pacific might help out and make Saturday even a little more interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they do. I think Pacific's had a tough run, since they beat us, and that's. But it'll be interesting to just. To me, the most interesting thing about that Pacific home game throughout the league was it's basically the first time a lot of those teams have been in there, except for St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's played Pacific the last couple of years on their home floor, and so it'll be interesting again tonight to watch Gonzaga go into a place that they're not real familiar with. See how they do.